Moonjumper here with a clip from my latest episode of Who Cares What I Think. We're talking about Star Trek Discovery versus Picard. If you watch the full episode, it's about a half hour, do check it out. I do a deep dive into Discovery's first 2 seasons, which absolutely destroyed the continuity of Star Trek's original timeline, the so-called Prime timeline, whereas Picard, love it or hate it, wasn't quite so egregious. In fact, Picard even gets some things right, such as the reintroduction of TOS-style Romulans back into the canon, much like DS9 and Enterprise did for the original series Klingons, Discovery Klingorks notwithstanding. However, in this clip, I move into what's happening more currently. If you care what I think about Discovery's softly rebooted 3rd and upcoming 4th season, literally just days away, my further thoughts on Picard and its upcoming 2nd season, not to mention Lower Decks, Prodigy, and Strange New Worlds, then this is the portion of the program to watch. Roll the tape. Here I am back in October 2021, actually recording this on the very day that Captain Kirk himself, William Shatner, has been launched into space at 90 years old. Wow, there are no words other than God bless you, William Shatner. You are the captain. Discovery Season 3 has already happened. Season 4 is just weeks away, and Picard Season 2 is on its way, and it looks pretty badass. Q is going to be back. I'm excited to see it. Picard Season 1 actually started out, it was not bad. It was okay. Not awesome by any stretch, but I wasn't completely wrong in my assessment of the trailer. A lot of people didn't like the direction that the story took. I thought the finale was extremely weak, but at least it didn't destroy the continuity of the next generation. Well, for the most part. There are some oddities that pop up like, wait a minute, I thought we worked out equal rights for androids 30 years ago, what's going on now? And that's a fair question, but keep in mind, politics change and utopias do fall. We're seeing that right now. 60 years ago, true liberals righteously fought to end segregation and bring us all together. Today you have illiberal forces on the left trying to bring segregation back as some kind of virtue, which is chilling. And Star Trek Picard actually parallels that quite beautifully. We even saw a hint of that beginning to happen way back on Voyager, where former EMHs were being forced into slave labor at a very dark ending of an episode, which to my recollection was never resolved. So that's not really a continuity violation. It's a rather chilling new development some 30 years later. These are events, love them or hate them, which take place decades after the next generation. You may not like what happens, and I have some issues which I'll talk about in a future video, but it doesn't change any of the events which took place 30 years ago in TNG, DS9, or Voyager, unlike the first 2 seasons of Discovery, which went out of its way to destroy the continuity of the original series. I'm getting mad again. And again, I'm not just talking visually, which is important too, by the way, but the story continuity has been completely disrupted, which affects the entire timeline, not just the original series. Season 3 Discovery was better. Not particularly good, but kind of like Picard. They're in the future. At least they can't do any more damage to the timeline than they've already done. Oh, crap. Whatever. We'll see what happens with Strange New Worlds. But looking back at Season 3, well, I mean, I wasn't too impressed. The whole thing about the burn, which I thought was going to be interesting, was beyond ridiculous when they revealed what the source was. Complete nonsense. But, I liked Book. He was a great character. He's kind of a Han Solo type. I like the Admiral, and I like the Orion villain. I also appreciate that Discovery actually acknowledged the temporal Cold War from Enterprise, which, if they were smart, they would use the temporal Cold War to explain why the world created by Discovery is so radically different than the world of TOS. And I created my own graphic to illustrate how that might work, and that would actually make some level of sense. It would basically fix everything. But no, so far the showrunners are hell-bent to insist that Discovery and Strange New Worlds are direct prequels to the original series set in the same timeline, while simultaneously doing their utmost to decanonize the original series. It's frankly bizarre. Regardless, ridiculous. The problem I have, and this is going to be ironic, the problem I have with the Federation and Starfleet of the 32nd century is that it's too recognizable as the Starfleet we know. It's been 900 years and they're still using the same iconography, largely the same design aesthetics of the 23rd and 24th century. This, after Discovery, went out of its way to create a 23rd century that was completely unrecognizable. If they wanted to go wild and take it in a completely new direction, this would have been the era to do it in. The Discovery crew should have landed in a universe that was completely unfamiliar, completely alien to them. I mean look, what was our world like 900 years ago? Nothing remotely close to what it's like today. But no, now they get conventional with a recognizable Starfleet. Season 4 is even going to see the Discovery crew finally wearing the classic division colors on the uniforms. Seriously, now you're going to do that? 900 years too late? Gee, thanks. I don't know. I don't see a lot of hope for Discovery, but, Strange New World, I'm still hopeful. I fully expect them to destroy the timeline even worse, but look, I will wait and see what they do with it. I honestly try my best not to prejudge things. I'm going to watch it. I'm excited about it, and of course I'll stick with Picard a while longer. I'll keep laughing at Lower Decks.
We're all in it together. And they left us.
Mike McMahon actually likes Star Trek. He's not trying to destroy it. And we'll see what happens with Prodigy. That actually looks interesting. But who cares what I think? And stop the tape. If you do care what I think and want to take a deeper dive into my analysis of the many idiosyncrasies of the Discoveryverse, be sure to watch the complete episode, links below and at the end of this video. From deep in the heart of Texas, I am Moonjumper.
Who cares what I think?